Hi everybody, welcome to USA Hockey Arena and the video room here at USA Hockey Arena. USA Hockey Arena is the home of the National Team Development Program, and we're speaking with U18 head coach Nick Fohr. Nick, you just got back from international competition, winning 2, losing 2. What I saw in those games, your offense picked up, you scored 22 goals, and that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's kind of been a little bit of what's been holding us back so far this year. We've been able to start to generate some opportunities to score, but haven't been able to find the back of the net a whole lot. So it was good to see us be able to do that within our own berth here and get some guys with a little bit more confidence. And we're excited to see how that carries over into the next segment of our schedule.
And one of the, I guess, bullet points of success for the NTDP, especially offensively, good offensive balance. You had about 4 or 5 guys with 6 and 7 points. You got a hat trick from A.J. Garcia. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's awesome when you start seeing scoring throughout your lineup, and it makes you a hard team to play against when other teams can't focus on just shutting down 1 or 2 lines, right? They got to try to defend everybody, and so I like our balance. I like our group, and hopefully they can draw a little bit more positivity out of that trip and a little bit more confidence, and we can see some guys continue to take some steps.
So you get home for a weekend to play the Chicago Steel. What's the read on Chicago right now? They're roughly, I think, 10-6, midpoint of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, I haven't watched them a whole lot on video or anything. Haven't seen them much. Obviously, they got 2 new coaches, or a majority of it is a new coaching staff with Scott Gomez and Mike Mateau, a couple ex-NHLers, but they seem like they have a pretty good offensive output out of their group, which will challenge us, which is good for us to try to have to continue to defend and stop some skilled forwards, and that'll be a challenge for us. I think in the end, for us, it's like you said, we just got back from Sweden and we got delayed coming back a day because of a flight cancellation, and we'll see what kind of energy we have this weekend, and that'll be the focus for us, is just focusing more on ourselves and less on Chicago. But if we can find a way to have the energy and compete at a high level, I think we'll be in a spot where we'll be in a couple of tight games.
You don't stay home for long. In fact, you go to play at North Dakota. You come from Grand Forks. Is that exciting for you to go back home, literally your home where you grew up, and see family? Yeah,
no, I'm excited for that trip. That's always a fun one for me. It's a free trip home, and my mom still lives probably less than a half a mile from the rink there, and so I'll get a chance to see a bunch of family. Last time we were there, we were able to win with the 06 group. It was fun to go to my mom's house afterwards with everybody in their green and white, and I walked in with our USA colors on and gave them all a hard time because they had the wrong colors on, right? But it's a little bit of the culture up there. Even with me on the bench, my family's still wearing green and white, so it's fun. It's an enjoyable weekend for me, and something I look forward to.
And then after that, something new that started last year. Your team goes to Western Canada to take on the CHL Prospects. What do you look for from that?
It's last year was the first time they had it, right, and didn't go our way. It was a tough event. The Canadian teams, the All-Star team they're able to put together from all 3 of their leagues up there is a pretty highly skilled, highly offensive group with a lot of high-end draft picks on it, and it's a big challenge for us. And I'm excited to see what our guys can do in that. It's a little different this year. They've there's 30 Americans in the game this year. The CHL guys added 5 Americans from the CHL on their roster this year. So some familiar faces for us and some people that we know. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. I think in the end it's going to be a good day for USA Hockey one way or the other.
So your team, especially in the U18 year, changes gears all the time. You play internationally, you play you play in the USHL, Canadian Prospects. How do you get your team to change gears, or do you leave it up to the players, or it's a collaborative effort?
I think the biggest thing we try to do is just stay in the moment and attack each day one day at a time. And for us, whether we're in the USHL, whether we're playing college, whether we're playing Canadian Prospects, whatever the challenge is in front of us, we focus on that one and try to do our best.
Nick, thanks for your time. We'll talk again.
Awesome. Thank you.